Past 20 years or longer, Russian citizens have bought real estate such as land, apartments and summer cottages from Finland. Sometimes the purchased locations are somewhat peculiar. Even the Finnish security police Supo has warned the officials that some of these locations might have national security implications. Welcome back to They Talk, fellow talkers. This week we take a look at the national security implications that real estate deals done by foreigners might have in Finland. Before we jump deeper into the subject, I ask you to help our small channel by leaving us a like and hit that subscription button and the notification bell for future episodes. Thank you so much. Let's begin. Since the beginning of 2020, all real estate deals done on Finnish territory where the buyer is from outside the European Union need to get approved by the Defense Ministry. What sparked this 2020 law was the worry that foreign agents could buy land and real estate near strategic locations or infrastructures such as military bases, water and electric plants, radar stations, or even airports. It is fair to ask what kind of threats these real estate deals could have to Finland's national security. In MTV3's interview, Jukka Savolainen from the European Centre of Excellence for Countering Hybrid Threats, aka Hybrid COE, is offering some examples. Hostile actors can use real estate as a storage for material that could be useful in a crisis situation. In some cases, there could even be equipment for gathering intelligence. These hostile forces could also install equipment to wage electronic warfare. Equipment that can be used to interrupt signal systems such as radio or phone traffic. In the case of a clear warfare, foreign-owned real estate could be used for specifically nasty purposes. Large electric production-capable locations that are easy to isolate and take over can be turned into some kind of temporary bases. Savolainen stresses that the motives of all buyers must be estimated, no matter the nationality. Still, it is more likely with authoritarian regimes that estate owners have to give in to the demands of the state or national interests. According to the Russian constitution, a citizen is obligated to act for the national interest. During wartime, this has clear implications to the use of real estates abroad. Finland's defense ministry is specifically concerned about the locations that are near or next to strategically important locations. These are military bases, water and electric plants, radio and radar stations, including airports that we mentioned earlier. Law dictates that in these cases the state has the option to step between the seller and a potential buyer and purchase the locations to themselves. Surprisingly, up till April 2022, this option has never been used, not even once. Why is this? According to the Finnish Defense Ministry's Inside report, this mechanism seems to be working. With it, they have been able to prevent corruption and malpractices. Then again, what needs to be improved is the ways to acquire information, how to recognize buyers, how to track who finances the deals, and most surprisingly, the matters that are involved with national security. The ministry outlines how paramount it is that the term national security would be written into the law for a possible reason to shut down the permission process. As it is written now, the permission can be denied if it would create challenges for the national defense, supervising the territorial integrity, security of the national borders, or for the security of supply. The protection of national security could also be used against the organized crime. This would give much more flexibility to protect the security of the country. For example, if some international crime organization decides to buy a club room in order to start practicing criminal activities, it would be beneficial for Finland if that deal could be prevented. With the current practices, Finland is only able to supervise the acquiring of real estate, not the movement of the owners. In hostile cases, the actor can use front organizations or even decoys to buy real estate. In these kinds of cases, it seems to be difficult for the officials to find out who the real owners are. Dual citizenship can also be quite problematic. See, the permission process can be avoided if the buyer happens to have a Finnish passport or a EU citizenship, for example, such places as Cyprus or Malta. It is extremely difficult to tackle this problem with legislation. Only way to influence in these cases would be to change every foreign background real estate deal to go through the permission process. Even then, this would leave out the dual citizens where the other citizenship would be Finnish one. With the current resources, it wouldn't even be possible to put all these foreign background real estate deals through the permission process. If the law would be changed to such, it would create a significant delay to these deals to get approved. That would seriously limit the amount of business. European Union has a lot of countries whose citizenship can be bought with money. All that being said, we know that although the citizens of EU countries are not subjected to this process, the Defense Ministry is keeping an eye to all deals initiated by the citizens of Malta, Portugal and Cyprus. Finland's option to dismantle the trades. Although Finland could, if deemed necessary, dismantle the trades that have already been done, it hasn't really done so. Back in 2014, Finnish media Iltalehti reported on peculiar trades made by Russians. Individuals from neighboring country have managed to buy several real estate properties right next to Navy, Air Force and Army bases. This has happened all over Finland. These deals have been made in vicinity of radio stations, flight control systems, munitions and explosive depots. Also, even secret aerial combat exercise areas. What raises the most eyebrows is that right next to all military airfields you can find a Russian-owned estate. Properties have been also bought next to the significant signal stations. Similar trends can also be spotted in integral electricity networks and railroad connectivity points. The same goes to the most important harbor areas and the main sea routes in Turku archipelago. The buyers have usually been the active parties. The estates have not been necessarily on sale when a potential buyer has contacted the owner with maps and ready plans of what specific areas or buildings they would like to buy. Often the locations have been rundown summer camps, schools that have been shut down, abandoned farms or even lousy forest areas. The buyers have had great plans to build activity centers, spas or trailer parks. The common denominator usually is that after the sale, nothing has been built there. Amongst the buyers there have been ex-KGB officials, the Russian President Vladimir Putin's officials, and businessmen with direct and indirect ties to Kremlin. So what does this all mean? At best, these deals should raise suspicion and some serious questions should be asked. At worst, these real estates can be used against Finland in preparation stages of possible crisis, during the war, and in order to launch attacks such that we saw in Crimea in 2014. Let us hope that the Finnish officials are on top of the situation and no real threat for independence, area or the people of Finland is presented through these estates. This has been They Talk. As always, leave us a like, push that subscription button and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our episodes. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.